When choosing your long-term time-lapse equipment, you need to focus on adding the value to your end client. So in this video, we're going to talk about 5 things that you should be considering when you're trying to decide which time-lapse equipment is best for you.
Now, of course, it won't come as a surprise to you that we're slightly biased about what long-term time-lapse system you use. We're most familiar with our own product, and so in this video we're going to be referencing that the whole way through to demonstrate the sort of features that we think make up the best long-term time-lapse system. So the first decision you need to make is the type of time-lapse system you're going to use. You could go DIY and make up your own, cobble it together from different bits and pieces. You could go for one of the cheaper all-in-one small time-lapse systems, or you could go for something like Photo Sentinel, which is a larger professional time-lapse system that integrates with professional cameras. So the smaller all-in-one systems are definitely the cheapest, but you are making a number of compromises. Firstly, image quality. They tend only to shoot 720, 1080. Secondly, they tend to be powered by AA batteries, and so there's no perpetual power. You'll need to go out and swap the batteries out. Thirdly, there's no web connectivity. So you're not getting status reporting, you're not getting your photos, you don't have any way of knowing that the system is actually working unless you're standing right next to it. And you need to go out regularly to get the photos off the card. The second option is the DIY route. Now that can certainly allow you to cut down costs, but again, you're making some compromises, namely in terms of reliability. If you've built it yourself and you haven't done long-term time-lapse before and you're using a bunch of different constituent components from different providers, do you know and are you confident that they will all work together for the lifetime of your project? The second issue with DIY systems is that they tend to be power hungry and you're probably going to need an AC power source in order to run it. Your third option for a system, and of course we think the best option, is a professional time-lapse system that integrates with professional cameras. So you get to use professional cameras from leading brands, so you know that your image quality is going to be great. And then you have a controller that looks after everything that has to do with long-term time-lapse. It's been purpose-built from the start for long-term time-lapse. It will deal with power to the camera, it will deal with recharging the internal battery from a solar panel, it will deal with triggering the camera regularly, it will deal with connecting to the internet, uploading photos, uploading statuses. Because the system has been built from the ground up for long-term time-lapse and it's been used for many years across thousands of projects, you know you're getting reliability, you know you're getting something that's going to keep working for the duration of your project.
The second consideration that you should make when deciding your long-term time-lapse equipment is with regards to power requirements. So you need to understand for your project, are you going to have access to AC power or is it going to need to be a solar powered system? Because these projects last a long time, you want to make sure that you have a system that's built to handle everything on a low power setting. So there are lots of systems that are on the market that are PC built, which are very power hungry. So you want to make sure that you look into, is the system going to be able to operate under low power conditions? Now in certain situations, other power requirements are necessary. So for the Mach 2 system, we have an external battery pack, which can increase the life of your project by multiple weeks.
The third thing to consider is onboard storage. So if you're going to be uploading JPEG but you want to save RAW locally, or if you're not going to upload every JPEG you shoot because you're shooting quite fast, then you're going to want a significantly sized drive onboard the system to save all those files and to go out and collect them later. Some systems out there don't have large onboard storage, and so if you wanted to shoot that way, you'd be going out all the time. With the Mark II, we allow you to upgrade to larger storage so you can store those files that you're not uploading and you don't need to go out very often to collect them.
The fourth consideration is connectivity and cloud service. Now it's important to note here that not all connectivity is the same. Some systems that provide status reporting as well as photo uploads. Other systems provide remote configuration. All of these are very important, but not all systems do them. So it's important to investigate with each system what exactly they mean by connectivity. Now for Photo Sentinel, you'd be pleased to know that we actually provide all of those services that I mentioned.
Now, as well as connectivity, some systems like Photo Sentinel offer other cloud services as well. So this is what happens to the photo after it's been uploaded. With Photo Sentinel, you get a gallery, and that gallery can be branded with your client's logo, it can be hosted at your client's URL, so they get complete branding of their photos. And then there are a range of other features, part of the cloud service, that you can use to impress your clients. It's a searchable database of every photo across the project. There's compare and contrast tool. You can embed a latest photo link on another website that is always refreshed and up to date with the latest photo. So there's a whole range of services that come as part of the cloud package. So when you're looking into time-lapse systems, don't just think the camera taking photos and uploading those photos, but also what's the overall cloud service that I can use and that I can monetize to provide value to my client. Now, connectivity generally comes at a cost. You're going to be paying for cellular data, you may be paying a monthly service fee, for example, to Photo Sentinel, but the best way to think of this is not as a cost, but as an investment. Because you're paying this, you're getting a whole raft of other features that you can present to your client and monetize and be getting even more money from them.
Now, the fifth consideration is the company that you want to work with. Now, disclaimer, this is where we're going to be plugging Photo Sentinel because obviously we believe that we are the best. So number one is our experience. We have an experienced team that's been doing long-term time-lapse for years and years upon thousands of projects all over the world, so that you know that if you work with Photo Sentinel, you're working with a team that really understands long-term time-lapse. Number two, we're a global company, which means we have offices around the world that can provide technical support as well as sales staff throughout every time zone.
Photo Sentinel has a large ongoing R&D team, which means we're continuously reinvesting in developing new features and improving the product so that you have more things that you can monetize and sell to your clients. And lastly, we're for the photographer. From day one, Photo Sentinel has been about providing photographers and video production companies with the tools they need to go out and provide an excellent service and build their business. At the end of the day, the important thing when choosing what equipment to buy is that you have confidence that that equipment will last the duration of the project and will provide the value you need to your end client.